Hello my darlings, my name is Silvadorkable. I'm your friendly monster waifu and we are playing Project Hospital today. First off, I want to thank developers. While I did buy the game, they did provide me with several DLC packs, so I'm going to be showcasing some of those different departments. First off, let's learn a little bit about the basics. So we're in sandbox mode right now, and I wanted to create just about the worst hospital I can possibly think of. I want this thing to potentially give people more diseases than cure. So if you're going to walk into here, you should probably expect to come back with a staph infection and chlamydia. So first off, each department, there are multiple departments down at the bottom left, has its list of required rooms. So we are working on emergency right now, which has things like an emergency or a restroom, a doctor's office, a cleaning closet, things like that. And we are going to be working with that, and I want it to be as awkward as physically possible. So we're just going to be setting up those rooms right now. You can also see on the right that there is actually going to be some stuff as far as hospitalization that I will get to in a little bit. Right now we're just doing the basic setup. So the way that it works is each room has its own list of requirements which are in orange and then recommended which are in yellow. Now you'll notice I haven't actually put up any walls for any of these rooms. These are literally just blank designated areas. I want everyone to have a communal bathroom area. I want everyone to be able to look each other in the eye while they use the restroom and do their business. Not only that, but people can actually see them from the street, mind you, and from everywhere else in the hospital. So I just want you to know exactly how uncomfortable it is. But to make it worse, I want everyone in the waiting room to literally be staring at them as they do these things, which I want it to be as uncomfortable as possible. I'm going to make that happen. I do like that the game will tell you exactly what you have to have. So you will notice that there are things that are highlighted in blue when you choose some specific objects. And those are going to be what is required for that item. Like if I put down a computer, it is telling me one of those chairs is a required blue item. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to that and put down a totally different chair to see if it would work. And no, it does not work. It will not register as that being an operational chair for a nurse station. And without a chair, the computer does not register as a nurse station. Either way, you'll notice the doctor's office specifically have a lot of different stuff. Now, you don't need every single one of these items, but some of them you need one of the types of items. So we're right now just kind of slapping everything down, just waste baskets and hand sanitizer stations and stuff like that. Now, granted, for the hand sanitizer station, I found out that you need a wall, which kind of sucks because I wanted to do this entire thing without any walls. So you'll notice I have just a few walls here and there, nothing really outlandish, but you have to remember that I'm trying to make this as uncomfortably transparent as possible. So we're just going to slap down all the different pieces of equipment and various different things that we need. And hopefully, as long as they're in the designated areas, even though there are no actual walls, this will still count as a doctor's office. Now you'll notice if something turns yellow, it means that it's essentially blocked. It's not something that can be operated with or interacted with by any of the staff. You don't actually control any of the staff. You specifically control the operations, and the staff more or less do what you need them to do. And I want everyone, if they aren't staring at the people who are using the restroom, I want them to be staring at the person who's getting a physical exam with absolutely no privacy. Now, I also wanted to test to see if you slap down more than one computer in a doctor's office, does it technically register? And I'm sure if I put a second chair, it might have, but I think it's only one doctor per doctor's office. So unfortunately, you can't really do that, but you have to hire a day and a night shift. So this is a 24-hour emergency. You have to hire a day and a night shift, and that goes with anything as far as nurses' stations, doctor's office, janitors, anything like that. So we're just gonna slap down the cheapest and most unproductive possible staff that we can hire because they are usually the cheapest, even though money is not an option at the moment. You will notice that we also need some janitors. Make sure that everything gets cleaned up. I think that technically I still work without the janitors and I can let things get kind of gross, but the exclamation point was really bothering me when it told me that there wasn't one, so I just kind of forced myself to hire it. Now you'll notice that they're very sparse. They just kind of get up and walk away. They don't have anything going on. The doctor themselves is just kind of there, just hanging out, but it looks like we got our first patient. Comes in, sits down. Oh, well, one good thing about not having any walls is they don't even have to check to see if there is a patient waiting. They can see, just by looking over their shoulder, that there is a patient waiting. She sits down in her gamer chair, and the customer goes all the way around the outside to talk to her on the other side of the desk before walking all the way back around to sit down. So we have one person. I've been playing this for a little while. We have one person who has more or less what should be contact dermatitis, a skin condition from an irritant. Now, we're going to build out some of the thing. I've been playing this for a while now. I've been playing it for a little over an hour. And with blue things, so if you set it down in an area that it has specific areas. So you'll notice that if you set it down, it will say, oh my God, I'm actually doing it. That's amazing. Oh, they don't even care. Our friend got inspected and he is going to be put into observation right now. Now, I need to get the ICU set up because I feel like I really want to get him into some I feel like I really want to get him into some intensive care for his contact dermatitis, which basically means that he made in contact with something that is like mildly irritating to his skin. It's by no means something that is even remotely life-threatening. But you know what? We're going to take him anyway. Just get him on there and we're going to take him over to the intensive care unit. We're just going to sit him there with his feeding tube. Oh God, he does have a feeding tube. It's horrible. We're just going to put him here on life support with his feeding tube hooked up to everything, and we're just going to leave him there. But we're going to go ahead and put down a few more little things here and there. You'll notice if they turn yellow, it means that they can't be used by anyone. If they turn red, obviously they can't be placed there at all. I'm just going to put like a couple things, a little water cooler for someone. Let's see what else I can put in here. A little Q machine, that's always useful. But I feel like I want to put something that I probably shouldn't put somewhere. So like, I wonder if I can just place things that don't belong in areas. Like, I know some places they're like, if you don't have a wall, it can't go on it. But like, can I place like, I don't know, maybe a skull or a trash can? Just no, let's put the trash can right there. But like, how about that skull? Yeah, girl, okay. Nurse just has a skull and a lamp. That's fine. It's totally normal. But I want to see if I can place anything that doesn't necessarily belong anywhere. I mean, plants are always good, and we got like various different stuff, but I want to put like an entire satellite so people can get cancer while waiting in the waiting room. Maybe, I don't know. You can't place the bird bath inside, which is kind of sad. I wanted to see people like maybe wash their hands in it. But overall, let's put like an HVAC unit right there. Or a pumpkin. I like pumpkins. But you can put a lot of little nifty things that kind of make them a little bit happier. But this is our entire thing, and we have that poor guy up there that's still in intensive care while all my nurses just kind of sit around and wait for someone to come in. I noticed that the poor David at night, I notice that the lights literally will come on per room despite the fact that there are no walls, so there should be no reason that any of the lights are segregated to each of the areas. So it just kind of looks like a weird little disco. And David, I'm pretty sure, is just going to be stuck there forever while everyone else just sort of plays solitaire and takes their breaks and these nurses do very little work. So I hope you had a great day, and I'll talk to you later, darlings. Bye.